Hey there, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to work with the question, what does my friend think of me? And this is going to be a big juicy reading, I hope. So we're going to start with some tarot cards and a love bomb. We have 6 piles here. We're also going to ask, what would this friend say is your best quality? What would they say is your worst quality? And then we'll also get Spirit's perspective on whether this is a positive connection for you to have in your life, okay? So that's what we're about today. I hope it'll be really useful. You're welcome to use this as, for romantic connections as well, but I'll just be focusing on the relational part of it, the friendship basis of it, okay? Works for family as well. So 6 piles. Pile 1 has the love bomb, I admire your determination. Pile 2, more than once kind words from you have made my day. Thank you. And I'm really grateful to have you in my life. Pile 3, I have heard many people say good things about you and I agree with them. Pile 4, I admire your hard work and discipline. Pile 5, I admire your way with words. You're one of the most thoughtful people I know. And pile 6, I feel like you understand me and I really appreciate that. So these will be general readings, but hopefully you'll find something that resonates for you in your pile. Check out the description box for the timestamps and I'll see you at your reading. Pile 1, hey, we are looking at what would this friend say about you? Or what would they say about you? That is not the question. How do they feel about you? But I guess we're going to answer that too for you, Pile 1. What would they say about you? Interesting. Okay, we have the Hermit, the Star, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Swords in the reverse, King of Swords in the reverse, and Death, Rebirth, the Death card in this deck. What would they say about you? You are a strong personality. You know who you are. You know what you like. You know what you want, and you don't let anything stop you. I think you're very determined, very stubborn, very goal-focused. I think you have a very specific set of standards, whether it's career or relationships, and you don't settle for less, actually. And I think that you have a particular way of communicating that is very straightforward to the point of being blunt or even harsh at times. And we'll see more about that in a minute, about what your friend or spirit wants you to know about that. But with the Hermit and the Star card connected here, also with the Death card, I mean, these are 3 major arcana and they're really heavy hitters, each of them. I guess there's not a major arcana card that isn't, but these are standing out to me as especially strong. Especially the combination, I guess. So the Hermit, we have Virgo energy, the Star is Aquarius, Death is Scorpio, if those signs resonate for you in any way. But we have this combination of you as someone who's very spiritual, very tapped into how to change, how to grow, how to heal. The Star card for me is always about healing and transformation. It's like the hopes, wishes, dreams version of the Death card in a way. Like they even look a little similar to me. I don't know if you look at this card here and there's this like burst of light here through the trees. It gives me the same feeling of like hope, possibility, things can be different, they can be better. There's even a similar like thread here. I don't know if you can see this ray of light that's going through the card the same way with the Star card. And in the Star card, this person is like, it's almost like they're lassoing a star. Do you see this string that they're holding? And so I think you chase your dreams, you believe in your dreams, you want what you want, and you go for it. And I think all people in your life that you come across, they may love you or hate you depending on what your goal is, but they have to respect you, Pile 1. I think everyone across the board, whether they're a friend or a foe, would say that you're very determined, you're very single-minded when you have a goal in mind, and you don't let anything stop you. I think to look at you, it's a bit surprising because maybe you have a very feminine or whimsical way that you dress, or maybe you just like unassuming, maybe you dress down a lot, maybe you don't show out, maybe you don't wear a lot of makeup or do your hair a lot or something like this. If you're a woman, if you're a man, this could just be, you know, wearing jeans or sweats or athleisure to the office a lot, things like that. I don't know why I'm saying the office. Are you working, or maybe you're asking about a work connection. But whatever the case here, you're seen as somebody who is very clear in what they want and goes after it. And I think you really inspire others because of that. So the first thing I want to ask here, where's the deck I'm going to use? I'm going to use this one here. I want to ask this friend that you're thinking of, what would they say is, okay, your best quality? Well, we have jumping out right away the Six of Staves, the Six of Wands. This is success. It's shine. It's achievement. It's getting to where you want to go. This person thinks your best quality is that whatever it is you want, you get it. And so if this is a work connection, this would be something like your projects are always successful. You get the support you need to make change happen. I am getting that you're about change in some way. It's like you always have in mind how things can be better and are trying to help others get to that. An example I'm hearing right now for maybe one of you out there would even be something like a physical trainer or even like a medical doctor, somebody that helps people make incremental changes to better their lives. But we're asking about friends here. So friends see you as that like really impressive person in their friend group that just is like the total package, pile one. So I think it'd be interesting because we'll see what comes out further on in the reading with this, but you might attract a lot of people who would want to benefit from all that light that you're shining, from all your achievements and success without being all that interested in you, or maybe they could be like fair weather friends, you know, but we'll see more about that. Not necessarily the case. What would this friend say is pile one's worst quality? The Four of Staves, the Four of Wands. I'm going to pull a clarifier for that. Four of Wands as your worst quality. Page of Swords in the reverse. The High Priestess. The Six of Cups. Is there something about a twin flame here? We have Ace of Cups. Your worst quality. I think that's what I'm getting. This is really interesting. So people would say like your worst quality is that there's some experience you're really fixated on. I'm really getting here like twin flame pathway. So if you're not familiar with that, it's this concept that there's a soulmate out there for you where you actually share a soul that's split in two. And when you find that person, it creates all kinds of spiritual havoc in your life and lots of lessons, and usually represents like obsession on both sides and just a lot of triggering, a lot of intensity, lots of feelings. And so I think people are saying here that you're very fixated on this situation. Perhaps maybe you even like watch a lot of tarot readings about it. It's really funny the way this is coming through. You know what I want to do next? I want to dig into this a little bit further, but before we get there, the last part of this reading that I wanted to integrate, and then we can clarify some more, is like what would Spirit say about this relationship with this person? Are they like in favor of this person in your life or not, or mixed? Let's see. Okay. Four of Swords. So Four of Swords is about meditation, it's about resting, letting things play out. I think what I'm getting here is that Spirit's advice to you would be to watch this person carefully. Like, what happens when the chips are down? Like, what happens when inevitably you have a bad day or you go through a time that's kind of hard for you? Like, will this friend actually be there for you? So Spirit's, even though it's a black card, which would be a no, like a not a positive relationship, I think more so what Spirit is saying is just pay attention to how this person treats you and interacts with you based on how well you're doing. I really don't like this downside that you're having here, because even if it's true that this is a downside for you, there'd be a different way to talk about it. Let me try to explain what I mean. Let's say you do have like an obsession with a particular person, and that's distressing for you at times. You spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to deal with that in your life, and it's kind of a thorn in your side. Someone who's a true friend, I think, could say like, maybe your downside is you don't see your own worth. You don't see what you deserve. You don't see how wonderful you are, or all that success that you experience. Maybe you don't feel the impact of that success. Like, those would be some more like true friend messages I would expect to come through. But what we have here is like, this person's always talking about that one relationship. I just don't want to hear it. It's so annoying to me. Why can't they just, like, I don't know, get a life, I'm hearing, or I don't know. It's very judgmental what I'm hearing. And I'm just letting it come through, pile one, because it's my job basically to allow whatever to come through and hope that it will serve you. So I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but I'm getting that, like, the term I'm getting is like fair weather friends, like people that when it's advantageous for them to be connected to you, then they will be. But the minute it's like not easy for them, or doesn't look well on them, or requires something of them, I don't know that there's going to be much that comes through there. I want to, though, talk about this Ace of Cups on the back of your deck, plus the Patriarch card, which is the Hierophant in this deck. And look, we have the 10 of Wands in reverse behind that. It's like Spirit's wanting to let you know that you are such a loving person. You take your spiritual growth very seriously with the Star card, plus the Hermit, plus the Death card, all here. And I think what Spirit's wanting to highlight is, like, you shouldn't pay too much attention to what these people think or don't about you, because they're not, if somebody is intent on misunderstanding you or not being there for you, like, there's nothing you can do about that. You can't change that for that person. And you know the way that you show up in relationships and what your intentions are. And you can, I think, rest in the knowledge that you do your best and you try to treat people with respect. The last message here with the 10 of Staves in reverse is, so this is a little bit of a mixed bag. So for some of you, you're already this way, and others, this is like advice for you. But it's the same message as kind of I was saying earlier about the Four of Swords. And that is, like, don't do the most. Don't overgive. Don't try too hard. Like, let people show up for you. Let things kind of take their natural form, their natural course. And see who still is coming around, who's still interested in you, who's still showing up for you. And that's going to tell you even better than like a tarot reading, like who your true friends are and who your people should be. I'm wanting to pull one more card for you, because this whole, like, what would they say is your worst quality thing is really leaving a bad taste for me. And I don't usually get that to that degree. So one more card for pile one. Okay, so this is one of the areas, like if you resonate with that, tricky relationship, this is one of the areas where you haven't been able to make it successful. It's been frustrating for you. It's felt unlucky. And it would be an example of how this person shows up for you or not, because it's an area where things aren't smooth and going exactly as you'd like. So the fact that they're taking that point of view is kind of like a good example of how they could be in the future. But overall, this person sees you as wildly successful, honestly, like very impressive, able to get anything that you want in life for the most part, and someone that they'd want to be around and want to emulate. So pile one, that was your reading. I'm really interested to hear what you thought about this one. It took a little bit of a different turn than I was expecting. Please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next reading. Thanks so much. Oh, if you're still here, pile one, I was just starting to clean up your cards, and I forgot that at the beginning of your reading, I said that thing. What did I say? Like, what do they say about you? So I want to pull a card for that, actually, before we totally move on. So Spirit, for pile one, what do you want them to know about what this friend says about them? What does this person say about my pile ones? We have Page of Swords. And Page of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups. That somehow you're very successful. You have everything you need. You're very, very emotionally fulfilled overall. And somehow you still have like a very childlike energy, childlike, not childish. Like you're able to keep things light. You're able to continually grow and change. And I think this person is really quite amazed by it. So they might tell stories about like all of your accomplishments or fun or lighthearted or childish things that you sometimes do that they really enjoy. So that's predominantly what the communication's about. Okay, pile one. Thanks again. See you soon. Hey, pile two, if you picked I'm really grateful to have you in my life, and more than once kind words from you have made my day. Thank you. This will be your reading. And you know what? I actually recorded most of your reading already, or spoke most of your reading already, and realized that the camera was not recording. So let me tell you, I'll sum up what we got here so far. Okay, so what would this friend say about you, or how do they feel about you? This person sees you as really incredible, as somebody who knows who they are, and it's like, you know what you want out of life, you go for it, and you know what you need. So not everyone's perfect. We all have strengths and challenges. And there are some things that like you're really great at, and some things that you know are a challenge for you. This could even be things like physical or mental limitations, but you don't see those as anything holding you back. Like this is almost giving me the example of like a Paralympics athlete. You know, somebody that instead of saying like, oh, well, I can't be an athlete because I lost my left arm in that accident, you would be the person who says, I have a great right arm, and I've always wanted to be an athlete in this sport, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to find a way. Like there's just something indomitable about you, and you have a way of seeing what other people would say as like a problem or a liability. You see it as a strength. And I think there's a lot of wisdom in this pile too, because whatever it is that you see, it's really accurate actually. You know, anything really, especially when it comes to like a personality trait or something that, I'm not describing this very well, but it's like anything that is a downside is also an upside. How do I explain what I mean? So if somebody says that you are I don't know, too structured or too rigid or something, somebody else would say, I really appreciate how organized and consistent and effective you are at knowing exactly what needs to happen and when. And it's like you can't have the downside without the upside. This always makes me think of things like ADHD is one that comes to mind, which a lot of people I've heard speak about kind of negatively, like, oh, it's just my ADHD brain, or yeah, I'm a teacher and a bunch of my kids have ADHD, it's so difficult to deal with, or something like this. Like, you would be a person who would say, isn't it amazing to have an ADHD brain? Like, all the creative connections that you're able to put together, just the inherent possibilities and creativity of the way that I think and move about the world. Like, it's just so much. There's such a wider lens and wider sense of what's possible because I have that. You would be the person to say that. And you also say that to other people. So with this, more than once kind words from you have made my day. Thank you. It's not just kind words. It's you calling out in a positive way something about somebody else that they've maybe been criticized for or had made fun of, or in some way like have not been affirmed or accepted in that thing. So, and the cool thing about it is that like you're not blowing smoke. You're telling them how it really is and pointing out the upside that they may not have noticed before. How else does this friend feel about you? Well, with the Hierophant, I think they see you as very structured, very governmental in a way, is a word that I'm hearing. How would this apply? It's like, in some sense, I think you're very by the book. Not in everything, but there's a few places, and this person would really chuckle about this, about you, I think, where you're just very regimented. Maybe you have a military background. Maybe you have some kind of thing going on with you that causes you to be very organized or focused or even anal. I'm hearing things like tendencies towards OCD, maybe even anxiety to some degree. Like, there's something that other people might say is a downside for you that you have, like, you see as just part of who you are, and you make the most of it, like in the most beautiful way. And it's actually what makes it possible for you to do that for other people, because you've done that work within yourself. But I'm really getting that with the Hierophant, like a sense of like propriety almost, like this is the way things should happen. Maybe you're that person that knows the steps to go through for any governmental agency or something. Maybe you're even like an accountant or an auditor, or like there's something about like procedures, and you just know a lot about that stuff. I could really use you this week, pile 2, because I'm dealing with some issues with like the county assessor and the tax office right now where I live, and it's so confusing. I keep going back there, and every time I go back there's like a new form or something like I hadn't done that now I have to figure out. But you'd be the person that like really gets all that and knows how to help yourself or others with something like that. And I have to tell you, this person really thinks the world of you. And it's a nice contrast because pile 1, it seemed like more of a frenemy situation, I have to say, but not here. Like, this person that you're asking about truly appreciates you. So I'm interested to see what Spirit will say about their perspective on the relationship. So now let's go to, we want to ask if this person, and I already pulled these cards, so I'll just show you what came out. But the first thing we're going to ask is, what would they say are your best qualities? And for that, I pulled the Ace of Swords with the Knight of Cups. And the great thing about this, pile 2, if this was Knight of Cups by itself, I would say, oh, well, you're a very loving person. You help people feel appreciated. You're very affectionate. Maybe you're even kind of touchy. What am I getting with this? I wouldn't say touchy, like you're all arms or something like that, but Maybe you're a very sincere hugger. Maybe you hug people when you see them and then again when you leave. So, or something like that, or just like a hand on the shoulder or like a pat on the back, just little touches like that, but they always feel very sincere and meaningful when you do them, and people experience them as love. If you've ever wondered about that, pile 2, like how people feel about your physical displays of affection, by and large, like they're very well received. But it's not just that, because we have it with the Ace of Swords. And this is such a strong combination, and I love it for you. It's not just that you're saying nice or loving words to someone, you're telling them the truth along with it. So you're reflecting back to people what's truly lovely, what's truly wonderful about them. How precious is that, pile 2? That's amazing. I can understand why this person appreciates you. It's like, what is this feeling? It's admiration, it's appreciation. It's that feeling you have when you see someone in the world and you're like, God, you're just such a good person. Like, I'm just so happy you exist. Even better that you get to be my friend, but I feel so excited and grateful that you are even around, and that like we as a planet, as a human race, get to experience you. It's something like this. Okay, and now let's ask, what would this person say is your biggest weakness? And for that, we pulled the Fortitude card in reverse. So this is the Strength card. And when I realized that the camera had shut off, I was just at the point where I was holding it up to the camera and realizing, okay, it's like this person's almost forcing, like wrestling with this angel. I think this is the story of it. Was it Jacob who wrestled with the angel? But with this in reverse, I think this friend would say that there may be something about you where you're literally weak. Like maybe you have some kind of autoimmune condition. Maybe there's some kind of physical or mental challenge that you have that does reduce kind of just like your stamina or your ability to focus or any number of things. It causes you to fatigue more easily. But for others of you, this person sees that there are times when you need to be forceful with someone or something, and you're not always willing to be forceful. So this person would say like that sometimes gets you in trouble in your life, that there's a time when you need to push harder, faster, longer, and you're not able to do that for whatever reason. Okay. I like that combination. I like it a lot better. I have to tell you, I'm still kind of like frustrated about pile 1 because I just did not like the energy that was coming through that reading, but I really like this person. So I'm curious to hear what Spirit's going to say. So Spirit, can you let us know, please, for pile 2, from your point of view, what do you want them to know about this relationship? This friendship. Okay, we have 8 of Cups. I'm feeling led to draw one more. Anything else that's wanting to come out, Spirit? And the 9 of Swords with the 2 of Swords at the back of the deck. And I feel my throat chakra acting up a little bit. Can you hear it? So what Spirit's wanting to know about this friend is it's great that they appreciate you. It's great that you see what's wonderful about them. And you don't have to be friends with anyone, pile 2. Like it's really okay if for whatever reason you feel the need to leave this person behind or to spend less time with them or develop less intimacy between you. You actually don't even need a reason. Like just a feeling and like moving towards what you want and moving away from what you don't want is enough of a reason to kind of let a relationship go or dwindle. I think you feel a lot of responsibility in your relationships, especially when it reaches like a certain level of closeness. And what Spirit is saying here is like, this is a good relationship. It's been a positive set of experiences, a positive set of lessons for you. That doesn't mean you have to keep it forever. With the Nine of Swords, I can see that maybe this is something you've been worrying about or maybe feeling guilty about in some way. And Spirit wants you to know, like, there's just no reason for that. There is only love between you and this person. If you need to move away, this person will understand and will bless your departure, even though they'll be a little bit sad, you know? Now, for some of you, this hasn't happened yet, or maybe won't happen in the future, but the message still stands, which is overall, like, Spirit sees this as a really positive relationship for you. This is a good friendship. This person wants your best and thinks highly of you. And you don't need to worry about it leaving your life. Like, if it leaves your life, it'll be for the right reason, at the right time, and it won't be because of anything bad. And that includes if you just, for whatever reason, decide to let this go. Okay, pile 2. Let me just see if there's anything else. I'm just going to pull one more card if there's anything else. 5 of Cups in reverse. To me, this is the same message as the 9 of Swords. Like, don't worry, don't be sad, don't grieve. All is as it should be with this conversation. Maybe you have a conversation you need to have with this person, but all is as it should be. Nothing is missing, nothing is wrong. Everything belongs. You can trust how you're feeling, and you can trust like the movement of the life cycle of this friendship. Okay, pile 2. This was your reading. I'd love to hear what you thought about it. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I so appreciate you being here. Thank you for coming by, pile 2. See you soon. Hey, pile 3, if you picked, I have heard many people say good things about you, and I agree with them. Let's take a look at your reading. We have the Justice card, 6 of Swords in reverse, King of Pentacles, and 3 of Cups. Oh, there's the Friendship card. So what would this person say about you? What do they think of you? Pile 3. I think they see you as someone very fair and balanced, someone that's going to be their friend for a long time. This, I would say, I think this is like a ride or die of yours. I'm really drawn to the King of Pentacles with the animal here. It gives me a sense of just like companionship, togetherness, like this, it's going to be us till the end. I think you give that energy to people. Even if there's some reason where like you won't be with them forever, you still give that feeling. It's a really beautiful feeling. So this is like, I don't know, if you're at summer camp with somebody for a week, or you're on a work project and you're traveling and you're only going to be together 3 days, like no matter what, you still give others the feeling and the vibe of like, hey, I'm your person. I'm with you. It's you and me, buddy, to the end. And people really appreciate this. Like, you really bring this sense of togetherness, belonging, oneness to these experiences. I think they would also say that you're very successful, like materially, like you've got money, you've got land, even for some of you, you've got possessions. But even if not, this could also be referring to your career and just being very effective at what you do. With Justice, for a small number of you, you might work in a criminal justice field or as an attorney or something like this. But for more of you, they just see you as a very fair and balanced individual. You're someone that wants to see both sides. And maybe even you have kind of a funny habit of this, of like being the devil's advocate. Even not, so like, how to explain this? If someone is talking about how they endorse a particular political party, for example, you might talk about the opposite political party, not because it's what you exactly believe, but because you want to explore the other side of the argument. It's because it's so important for you to have this balance and justice, like you just naturally take the opposite side in a way, especially with some kind of like moral argument or intellectual pursuit. I'm feeling the need to call out a few signs here. So some of these may resonate with you, they may not. But I'm getting vibes from like Libra. Also, if you're an Enneagram person, this could be Enneagram type 6, the loyalist. But whatever the case, even if those don't resonate, like there's just something about you where you're good people. You're good people. You're reliable. You're solid. You are the solid ground that many people are looking for. What else about how does this friend see you? Well, and the other thing I want to say is the vibe I'm getting from this person is that what they see is accurate. So they're seeing you accurately. Because, people could see you a particular way and it not be actually the case. But here, this person, I think, sees you how you actually are. I've heard many people say good things about you, and I agree with them. I feel like there's a reason this person would say this. And here's where you have to participate in the reading a little bit, pile 3. Like, is this person you're asking about, are they aware maybe that you don't always feel at ease in groups or with new people or in front of people that know you, but like you don't know them? Like, I guess like that would be like a following, or like if you're in a particular career or company and your name is more visible, people know who you are, but you don't know them in return, something like this. Maybe that makes you kind of uneasy and you wonder how those people think and feel about you. This person is saying this because they want you to know, like, hey, it's not just what I think. Like, I also keep my ears open and others see you this way. It's not just because I'm your friend. It's because it's the truth. And again, with like the Enneagram 6 brain, or maybe this is a Libra thing as well. I'm not sure. I don't know the Zodiac quite as well as I do the Enneagram. But it's like you don't want to take anything for granted. You don't want to make any assumptions. And you're very strong-minded and want to question everything. Pile 3. So you wouldn't take it at face value, like what this friend is saying about you. You'd want to know, like, well, why are they saying that? How are they motivated? How accurate is it? There would be a lot of questions that run through your mind. So what else about pile 3? What would this person say about pile 3? I think they would call you a friend. I mean, it's actually the first time, shockingly, it's come through in this reading. We're on pile 3. But this person would say, like, yeah, that person, they're my people. That's my friend. So let's ask now, pile 2, what would this person say is your best quality? 3 of Cups again. Oh my goodness. From a different deck. Isn't that adorable? They would say you're a great friend. What else? Pile 3. So I'm hearing now that for some of you, it may be reversed. Like the way that everything I'm saying about like the balance, the sixness, whatever, that might be the person you're asking about, not you. So just reverse it if it applies. But okay, what else would this person say are your best qualities? We've got a lot of them here. The World. 3 of Staves in reverse, Ace of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, King of Wands, the Star in reverse. Your best quality is that you live close to them. Maybe that hasn't been true all the time, or you're closer to them right now than you have been in a while. Pile 3. They really love that. They think this is like a joke. This friend would tell you, like, the best thing about you is you live down the street, But they mean it because, like, you just make such a huge positive impact on their life when you're nearby. I mean, look at this. They have a lot of great things to say about you. They would say that you are a very hard worker, that you're very attractive in the sense that like you draw people to you, you know how to have fun, you know how to light up a room. At the same time, like you're very comfortable working alone. You don't have to work with others, and you're not like chasing the next high. You're very grounded. With the world, I wonder if there's something that you do on the internet. Maybe you're an influencer, maybe you're even like a tarot reader, or there's something that where you're visible to the world. And this person just is like so proud of you. They probably brag on you. They probably, if you have a page or a website or something, they probably share it with lots of people. They just think that you're incredible, I would say here. I could go on and on and on about all your great qualities. I'm hearing you say, please, please do. Okay, let's go through these one more time. So amazing qualities from this person's perspective, the best things about you. You're nearby. You're a friend, and a real friend, like the kind where you can really depend on them and you know that they are your ride or die. There's something you do out in the world that is really inspiring, helps a lot of people, inspires a lot of people, makes a lot of good in the world, and they're really proud of you and admire you for that. 3 of Staves in reverse. They don't see you losing your head over like some romantic situation or workplace drama. Like you're very grounded. You keep to yourself. You do your work and mind your business. With Ace of Pentacles, you're very aware of like what can grow and how to plant something so that it will grow. 8 of Pentacles, you're a very hard worker. Maybe you're even apprenticing at a craft right now in some way. Like there's a skill that you're practicing. Count of Staves, which is the King of Wands. This is like entrepreneurial spirit, ability to get things done, to be inspiring, to say things in a way people really can connect to, and exciting and adventuresome. Okay, and what would this person say is your worst quality? What would they say is your worst quality? Oh, we've got a few cards for that too, actually. So let's see. We've got Sophia in reverse. That's the High Priestess in reverse. Patriarch in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse. And 5 of Coins. I think you go dark, pile 3. I think you're one of these people who perhaps, how do I describe this? You know, sometimes when people have a hard time, they reach out for support more. For you, I think if anything's going badly in your life, you cut everybody off. And I don't think that you're intentionally doing that, but it's like you isolate and like go limp. So you're cut off from your intuitive guidance, your connection with spirit. You're cut off from like what would be the right thing to do in this situation. For example, I'm having a hard time, but it's my friend's birthday. I should probably still call them and say happy birthday, even though I'm feeling really reclusive. This is saying like how this friend would say your worst quality is that you still wouldn't be able to even do kind of like those bare minimum things. And it can leave a really negative feeling in those relationships where it can feel like you're estranged or you've just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. It's really painful for the other person. I think it's painful for you as well, pile 3, but the vibe I'm getting here is like, I don't know that you actually see, acknowledge, or validate is the word I'm hearing. Validate the impact that this makes. I think you're understandably like very focused on how hard it is for you and what's happening for you, and you're not realizing like the damage that it causes. It's interesting how this person's talking about it though, because they're not salty about it. I'm not getting a judgmental vibe at all. It's like they just see this about you, and they know that it comes along with being connected to you. Okay. So now we want to ask I'm going to ask Spirit what Spirit thinks about this relationship. Is it positive in your life? Is it a good influence, negative, anything they want you to know? 10 of Cups, my goodness. What could you ask for better than that? Spirit thinks that this person is your family. They think that that they give you clear and healthy feedback, that they see and appreciate many things about you, that they also want to be with you forever. And what else to say here? From Spirit's point of view, I would even say that Spirit had a hand in bringing the two of you together. If you've ever suspected that, if there are other, maybe even, okay, so this is actually reminding me of a friend of mine who, it's kind of hilarious how many things we kind of had in common and we never met. But like, just to name a few, like, so we lived in the same house. Literally, the house was a 3-flat, so like each floor was a different apartment. Her boyfriend was in my grad school program. So we were at some of like the same parties and things. We went to the same church at the time. I went to this restaurant where she was a waitress, and I had her as a waitress several times. I run into her in the parking lot and all these things. And like, I never really, I guess I would say, like, noticed her or like thought, hey, I should be that person's friend, until we ended up going on like a trip together. Like, some mutual friends of ours planned a trip, and that's how we met, because we were literally like stuck together traveling for 7 days. And that was a very long time ago. We were very good friends, but we kind of like laugh about how many exposures it took for us to be like, oh, this is something that we should maybe pursue a bit. Hey, yeah. So I think there might be something like that here with you as well, pile 3, where it's obvious that Spirit wants you together, wanted you in the past together, and wants you wants you to be together now. So sounds like an amazing friendship. I'm really happy for you, pile 3. So let me know what you thought. I'd love to hear in the comments section if you have anything you want to share. Like the video, subscribe to my channel if you want more updates. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Pile 4, welcome to your reading. If you picked I admire your hard work and discipline, you got a bajillion cards. Let's see what we've got here. What does this friend like about you? We've got the Moon, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Sun, Queen of Wands in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse, the Tower. What does this person think of you? Let me just give me a moment to just settle in with this a little bit. For some of you, this might be someone you work with. I don't know if this is, even if you don't work with them, there's in some way like you haven't chosen this friend. And here's what I mean by that. Maybe you're in a group of friends and this is like a friend that's closer to a mutual friend of yours. And so they come along to a lot of things, and like you have a relationship with them, not on purpose, but because of that connection. Maybe this is like a sibling's significant other. There's something where like you have a relationship and it wasn't your choice. Okay? And I think this person sees a lot of good qualities about you. I think they see that you have a lot of love to give. I think they see you as a very, very emotional person, a very impulsive person, a very volatile person. I'm going to use that word. I'm actually not sure if you are. With the prior piles, it's been pretty clear to me like whether that person's perspective was true or not. With this one, I'm not so sure yet. It's almost like I feel like this person is noticing true things about you, but misinterpreting them. An example of that might be Let's say you are very emotional and maybe you talk about your trauma, maybe you talk about your good and bad emotions, quote unquote. And this person perhaps is not very emotionally aware or very emotionally intelligent. So they see any of that as just like, whoa, this person's all over the place. Look at them talking about emotions. Do you get what I mean? It's like they're making an assessment of you based on facts, things that are happening, but they're ascribing meaning to them that is a little bit skewed. I think that's going to become clearer as we continue through the reading, but let's keep going. So the next thing I want to say about this person might sound a little weird, but it's less about them and what they would say and more about how they impact you. So let's see how well I can describe this. Have you ever been around somebody where after you leave their presence, it's like you want to act out somehow? It's like you want to go eat your feelings, you want to go run around the block and like get the energy out. You want to numb out in front of the TV. It's like there's something that doesn't quite sit well with you with this person. Maybe that's even why you're here at the reading. And I think you're on to something with that, pile 4. I think we're going to learn more about it as we go. The thing is, like, I don't get a negative vibe from this person towards you. I don't think they intend anything negative towards you, but intentions and impact are different things, aren't they? Like, this person could love you. They could even be like your mother or a relative or something. And they could want the best for you, but also interact with you in a way that is negative. Okay, I'm getting it. So I think this person truly admires the way you are with your emotions, let's say, and the way that you make decisions in your life. However, the range of experiences and emotions that you talk about or that you express, they are not comfortable with. So I think you get almost like an immediate feeling of rejection from this person, or like they don't accept you, or they don't meet you where you're at. And it's because they can't be that way within themselves. You know, the example that's coming to mind, which is weird because this is a friend's reading, but the example I'm getting is with sex. So like, let's say someone's very attracted to you, you're attracted to them, and you kind of put the moves on them, and that person totally shuts you down and rejects you and like runs away and refuses to interact with you that way at all. It's not because of anything negative they were feeling about you. It's because they weren't comfortable feeling what it brought up in them. But either way, the result is that you feel kind of rejected and negative because they're not willing to go there with you. So that's this person. But I think for most of you, it's an emotional thing that's happening. Like you're wanting to go deeper than they are capable of going. Interesting. Okay, so next question I want to ask is, what would this person say is your best quality? Whoa. What is pile 4's best quality? 6 of Wands in the reverse, Count of Coins, King of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Fool. Yikes. I'm trying to be neutral. I just am not sure that I like this person that you picked, but okay. So what would they say are your best qualities? Well, your best qualities are that you're not so focused on success. You're willing to try something new. You're willing to start over. You're willing to start from zero. Maybe you even like have a business or have a career that you're letting go for some reason. I'm hearing for some of you like to be a parent, or to move locations, or maybe just to travel for a while. Like there's some thing where like There's a very practical, successful part of your life that you are either letting go or focusing on less to be able to prioritize something else. And this person sees that as like a really big deal and really, really important and really good for you. Okay, pile 4. And the reason I'm saying yikes is because I think the way I said it just there sounded nice and sounded fine. But the feeling that was running through me with those cards was, well, it's great that this person, doesn't care how they look and whether they ever do anything meaningful in life. And they're just, content to take the leap of faith off the cliff. Like that's the vibe it was coming into me with. And I think that's this person. It's like, I don't think they don't mean anything negative to you. I bet this person requires a lot of translation. Like if you take them at face value, you would probably be very easily insulted, offended, frustrated. But it's their emotional literacy and their emotional range, not you, pile 4, okay? Now let's look at what would this person say. Okay, greatest weakness for pile 4. 7 of coins. I think this person would say that you're maybe spread too thin or scattered. Maybe you have a lot of different projects. Maybe literally with your house, I'm hearing like maybe you like to decorate your house and you've started working on 4 different rooms in the house and they're all in some kind of state of unfinished. Versus like picking one project and focusing on it and completing it. Like this person sees you as having lots of different interests and none of them are reaching like the completion stage. I want to pull a card for that because is that even accurate? Spirit, what else do you want us to know about this 7 of coins, 7 of pentacles? Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords plus 7 of Pentacles. Oops, we've got a couple more. We've got 10 of Swords falling and 3 of Swords in reverse. It's like the vibe that I'm getting is this person almost sees you as like abandoning projects, or maybe this is the kind of person that like works at one job for 40 years, or if they get married, they would never even consider a divorce, even if it's abusive or something. This person doesn't stop or change direction. And I think they see you changing direction more times and ways than they would be comfortable with. So if you don't explain in a lot of detail why that's happening, they come up with a negative reason in their mind. So if you say, I'm going to let go of my career for the next 2 years and focus on being a parent, they're going to think, well, this person couldn't cut it in their career, so now they're going to have kids and hope they'll be good at that. Do you get it? It's not nice. It's not a nice vibe. But it's so much about them, not about you, pile 4. I really hope that you're getting that. I hope you don't take this personally. And I really hope that you pick a different pile for a different person that isn't this person, because, I'm really struggling to stay neutral on this one because I think I'm feeling a little bit protective of you, pile 4. But yeah, they would see your biggest weakness as something like being spread too thin, or not finishing what you start, or not developing your skills and talents to their completion. But I think what's more accurate and what I'm getting is actually that you you know when something is growing and expanding in your life, and you'll follow that pathway as long as that's happening. And then if it switches, it starts to deteriorate or is no longer healthy for you or the people around you, then you make a change. So it's not a failure. Like, this person is seeing any change you make as a failure. Even if you like move houses or move cities, this person would have like some negative thing about that. I don't know. Okay, moving on. Okay, so now we're going to, what is Spirit's point of view on this? I'm so curious. So Spirit for pile 4, what do you want pile 4 to know about this person or this relationship? What should pile 4 know about this person, this relationship? We have the Ace of Pentacles. Anything else, Spirit, for this? Whoa. We have all of these falling. I'm not going to take them, but look what we've got here. So, with it being a red card, I'm getting that Spirit, it wants to let you know, like, this, they see this as a positive relationship, which is interesting. It's maybe kind of like a gut check for me because I'm feeling kind of salty towards this person. I'm getting for many of you, this would be like someone you've known for a long time or a family member or something like this. Again, somebody that like you weren't friends with on purpose. And Spirit is saying with the Ace of Pentacles that like you can restart this relationship at any time. If you want to, just the way that like you're able to restart within yourself and make a change, you can make a change in this relationship. If you're not appreciating the way the interaction is between you, you can switch it up. You can do different activities with this person. You can talk to them more or less. You can find different ways to interact with them that meet your needs better. Like, there's always a possibility for something to change here, I'm getting, and that's mostly on your side. Like, you have the power to make this relationship whatever you want, which is so interesting to me because this person seems very, very stable, almost kind of like immovable or stubborn. But at the same time, I think they do meet you where you're at. So if you were to say to this person, hey, I'd love to go on a walk. Would you go on a walk with me? I think this person would meet you in some way with that. Or if you say, I just want to sit at home and talk, or let's find our mutual friend and I'll go do this thing. Like, this person would go along with it. So basically, like, whatever feels good to you with this relationship is how you can craft it and shift it. So you're in control. You're able to make whatever changes here you need, pile 4. Okay, so this was your reading. Really interesting reading. I'm so curious to hear what you thought and who this person is to you. Please tell me, please, because I'm wondering now, like, I don't know if I got triggered by something else in this reading. I'm thinking about it too much. Anyway, yes, leave a comment if you like the video, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for coming by, pile 4. Hey, pile 5, if you picked, you're one of the most thoughtful people I know, and I admire your way with words. This is going to be your reading. Let's see, you've got the 5 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles in the reverse, Page of Wands in the reverse. What would this person say to you? Or what do they think of you? What does this friend think of you? I think this person would say that you have a different relationship with your sense of grief and loss and disappointment than they do. You seem to take everything in stride if something goes wrong. You don't seem to need a lot of outside support. You seem like you can find your path forward no matter how dark or thick the forest may be. This person really admires this about you. There's something about the depth of the human experience, especially the dark side, that they think that you are well versed in. And that might sound a little bit weird to you, Pile 5, because I'm getting for at least a few of you, like you haven't had long or deep conversations with this person, but somehow this person still can just, like they just know, they just get it, that you've been to the depths and have come back again. This could even be something like, maybe you told them that you lost a parent and a sibling or something in the same year to death. Like just someone mentioning a fact like that would definitely give you this impression, this vibe of like, this is a person who really understands what it means to be low, what it means to deal with heavy emotions. Maybe they know that you have a past history with addiction or with mental illness or something. I think this person sees you as very compassionate and very encouraging to others. I actually want to pull a clarifier. I haven't done this for the other piles, but I want to pull a clarifier for this I admire your way with words card. I'm feeling like that's important. Spirit, what do you want to come through about this I admire your way with words card? I admire your way with words. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. So I haven't really gotten this before, but in any of the other piles. But with this, it's like you're a good conversationalist. Like, you know, anytime a conversation kind of dies or you're not sure what the next topic's going to be, like you always find a good way to bring more interest and connection back into that conversation. Like you're very effective with that, I'm hearing. And this person thinks that that is just some kind of like mysterious alien gift. Maybe this person's kind of introverted or just not as socially poised as you are. And okay, maybe you don't think of yourself as socially poised, Pile 5, but I'm here to tell you you are, because even if you feel awkward, you're very focused on making sure other people feel okay, or that like the quality of the vibe between you is positive. So others don't notice that. Others don't experience you as awkward, even if you are feeling that sometimes. I don't think this person is super close to you. I feel like they're someone you're either just starting to get to know, or maybe they've been like on the periphery of your life for a long time. So I think there's a lot of, I just feel a lot of question marks in their energy when it comes to you. Like, what is Pile 5 really like? They're interested to get to know you, but it just hasn't happened yet for some reason. Okay. And let's look at now, like, what would this person say are your best qualities? What are Pile 5's best qualities? Best qualities for Pile 5. I'm hearing, even before these cards come out, like emotional stability. Like even if you've had cause to be unstable at times, you've really held on to yourself, Pile 5, in a way that this person finds admirable. Like you've been able to weather any storm. What else for Pile 5? We have Knight of Swords in reverse and Nine of Coins coming out. Best qualities. And the Empress. Wow. Well, this person, again, the way you speak is coming through. This person finds you really impressive in that you don't say things wrong, or like even if you had the opportunity to say something in a hurtful way, or if it's a tricky situation, you always find a way to to say it nicely. Can you tell that I struggle with this? Because I'm like, how do I describe this? It reminds me of a woman I know who is very well spoken. She's a Gemini, which I think comes along with that. Like, she always finds a way to just shift things slightly so it's easier to hear, easier to understand, and is encouraging to the person listening. And I think you have something like that here, pile five. It's like you have a way of smoothing things out. With the 9 of Coins and the Empress, wow, I mean, what better combination could there be? It's like you're self-contained, you're independent, you don't need anyone else for anything. And things that are around you just tend to thrive, whether that's plants, people, like things grow around you in a way that's really impressive. This person notices that. And if they were to say, what's your biggest weakness? What would this person say about my pile fives? Biggest weakness for pile five. Nothing's wanting to come out. I think this person would say, like, I don't know if I know you well enough. So, okay. Here we have seven of Wands in the reverse. So maybe they think that you are not defensive, like you're very open and accepting, and maybe they think sometimes maybe you should be a little bit more defensive. Maybe you should cut people off. Maybe you should not let some people have access to you. It's like this person feels protective or almost like nervous on your behalf, like you might like you might be hurt by somebody or drained by somebody that you don't see as a threat. The other thing I was going to say, though, that was kind of coming through with this person, I think they really struggle to say hard things in particular, which is why they really admire your ability to say hard things smoothly or to like dance around the hard things. Like, this person has, I would say, like a backlog of hard conversations that they've needed to have in their life that are aging and not aging well. And, you know, some of those things you can get away with just never addressing, but there's some big things in life where you really have to have it out, right? And this person doesn't do that. So they admire your abilities there, but also they don't want to say anything bad about you, pile five, because they wouldn't trust themselves to say it in a way where it would be understood by you. If you have a relationship with this person to the degree where like you would want to be supportive and nurturing towards them, I mean, maybe you would because you're the Empress. This is really an area where they could use help, is speaking their truth, even if it's quote unquote negative. And perhaps you would be a good person for them to start with, you know, to start practicing that with, or learning how it feels in your body to say something hard and have a positive result. Maybe this person observed a lot of conflict also, like in their family of origin or culture of origin or something, and that really was a negative experience for them. There's something like that going on here. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? I'm feeling like I want to pull maybe one more card here on this spread. Anything else, Spirit, about this person's point of view on pile five? Anything I didn't mention or that you want to highlight a little bit differently? Doesn't seem like anything's wanting to come, so I'm gonna guess I'm going to say that that is a no. I'll give it like 2 or 3 more seconds. Okay, here we got something. The magician, the magus. The magus? The magus? I just realized I don't know how to pronounce that word. This person sees you as like able to do anything. They see you as very powerful. I think they see you, there's a big like differential between you and them. This person may have self-esteem issues, or you may really just literally be that awesome and they're that terrible. I don't know. I'm joking. I don't think this person is terrible. But I think that they just, have you ever known these people where it's like, they take personally anything that you might be better at than them? Which is funny. It's like it's not about you. If I'm an amazing backgammon player, that has nothing to do with you. It doesn't mean you're a terrible person because you don't play backgammon. Who cares? Who cares about backgammon? Nobody cares. But this person doesn't. They don't get that. There's some. They feel competitive maybe, and like they're always on the losing end somehow. Okay, let's ask now from Spirit. What does Spirit think about this relationship for you? Pile 5. What do they think about this relationship for you? Two of Swords. Ace of Swords, 8 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. With the 10 of Pentacles, this might be someone like in your community more so than like a friend. So it might be a friend of a friend. It could be someone you work with. It could be a family member. Spirit's saying like this is not a great thriving relationship for you. If you tell yourself the truth, you know that this person is kind of inhibiting for you. It's almost like they project their insecurities onto you, and it makes it very difficult for you to show up authentically. I mean, you still can show up authentically, but then you'll get a lot of feedback from this person, either overtly and verbally, or more likely passively, passive-aggressively, or energetically. You'll get feedback of like, they're not happy, they're uncomfortable, they're feeling down on themselves, and then you have the option to either like caretake them or ignore it. And I think it just puts you in this split mindset of like, do I show up to support this person to make this relationship function, or do I show up as myself? And you might kind of go back and forth. So it might be, yeah, it might be kind of like that, pile 5. The other thing I'm aware of, this hasn't happened to me in a while, but as I'm reading for your pile, I'm just aware I'm feeling very tired, very fatigued, almost like, I don't know if I want to keep going with this. And I wonder if that's how you feel sometimes, pile 5, with this person. It's like, what is the value to me anyway here? I actually want to pull a card on that because to tell you frankly, like I'm not seeing what this person brings to the table. We have 3 of Cups. What this person brings to the table, well, they are a friend. And this is like in the sense of, let's say you just moved to a new city and you can say, I have a friend. You know, like there's some value in that. There's some value in having someone to talk to, someone to go do things with. They'll probably be replaced, like the more you know other people is kind of the feeling I'm getting. But this person does see you as a friend. They do have a kind of loyalty to you. It's just the emotional dynamic is unhelpful. Can that get worked on? Like, is there hope for this to improve, Spirit, with this person? Can this improve? So it's taking a long time, so I'm getting it. Even if it does improve, I think there will be it's going going to take some time. Like these patterns for this person, they take time. We have the Five of Cups again with the Knight of Wands. Yes, but it would require you to grieve what you hoped this relationship could be and deal with more like the reality of what it is and deal with it as such. Like if maybe you were hoping this person could be your best friend for the next 20 years, like the best man or the maid of honor or something at your wedding, like your ride or die, you're the closest person to you. And they might actually end up being someone that you meet for coffee once a quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like they can have a value in your life. It just needs to maybe be reassessed, readjusted somehow. And with the Knight of Wands, I'm getting for you, the advice for you is just to pay attention to what sounds fun. Like what sounds fun with this person. If there's like some emotional heaviness you don't want to get mired down in, then pick some activities you want to do and invite them to go along so that you have like someone to do those things you already want to do with, and make it about the activity, not about the connection between you in a way, pile 5. So I hope this is helpful for you. I'm really curious to hear what you thought of this reading. Please leave a comment if you're comfortable sharing, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for coming by, pile 5. Okay, hey pile 6, last but not least, we have, I feel like you understand me and I really appreciate that. Then we have the Lovers and Two of Swords in the reverse. This person really appreciates that you are all in. And maybe that's how they feel with you also. Like they feel like, this is my person, it's my bestie, I'm in like Flynn. It's me and them. 2 songs are coming to mind. You and I by Lady Gaga, and then Him and I by Halsey. Both of which are pretty romantic. So I think there's some of you that might be here asking about a romantic relationship and like what's the quality of the friendship. What I'm getting here is that there's a very solid, like what's coming through is that you're securely attached to each other. You know, like attachment theory. So whether this is a friend or a romantic connection, this person really trusts that you are for them. They trust the space between you as positive, as healthy, as something that can support you both. And they feel like you get them and like you're trying to get them. You know, we've all been around people that like misunderstand us on purpose or just want to be argumentative or want to pick a fight or want us to be wrong about something. This person doesn't do that and trusts that you don't do it either. What else? How else do they feel about you? I mean, I always get that with this card in this deck, but how would you describe what's going between them right here? It's trust, it's rapture, I would say. It's like nobody else exists in the world. Maybe that's why I was getting those songs also, like Him and I, You and I. It's like, it's you and me, baby. You give that feeling, and this person, I truly believe that if you were stuck on a deserted island with this person and no other people for the rest of their lives, like this person would be like, okay, no problem. I got pile 6. That's all I need. Which is really funny. I don't know if you would exactly feel that way, pile 6, but this person would feel that way about you. It's really cute, actually. Let's ask, what would they say are your best qualities? Oh, look, the Lovers, it's even number 6. So the number 6 might be important to you, since it's the 6th pile also. Whoa. Okay, best quality. We have one jumping out here. The Sun. Wow. Well, what can I say? You're a ray of light, a breath of fresh air. You're positive. You have this inner glow or inner shine that comes through. So this is what I'm hearing, and I'm getting that it's from the person you're asking about. It's like, and they're talking about you, it's like they have a way of pulling you into their orbit and making you feel like nothing else in the world even matters except them. Like they are the sun. Like I literally revolve around them. All I want is their attention shining on me. It makes me feel so warm, so taken care of, so connected, so alive. It's all I want. Okay, what else? Eight of Swords. What else for pile 6? Best qualities. Anything else? It might be, okay. Eight of Cups in reverse. With the Emperor. Are you asking about an Emperor? Best qualities about pile 6, that you're still with them, that you're never going to leave them. I think this is almost like a joke. Like, the best thing about pile 6 is they're never going anywhere. Right, pile 6? Right. Eight of Swords. I feel like you know how to hold back. It's like maybe there's things you could say or do to this person that, like, they deserve you to go off on them a little bit, or they deserve you to repay maybe some of their not so nice actions with equally not so nice actions. And you don't do that, pile 6. You take the high road. You are admirable, and that's not the word I want, admirable. You're wise. You're just wise. And don't get me wrong, like, I think you've let this person have it before. So it's not that. It's not that you don't do that when it's needed. It's that you pick your battles. And if you're going to battle, you're going to battle. I'm seeing a picture of this person in my head that you asked about, and there's like this, I wish I could like draw a picture of what I'm seeing. But it's like this person's face where they're like shocked, a little afraid, like, oh no, pile 6 is going to battle. I don't want to see what happens next. Like, it's not going to be good for me. You know, but they're also like a little excited about it too, because they'd love to see you get down, pile 6. So you pick your battles, but when you fight and you come out swinging. And this person, whew, I'm almost getting that it gets them a little excited, pile 6. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's a turn on to see you get really mad about something. You might want to be aware of that in case like this person ever tries to make you mad on purpose. Just saying. You might want to try to toy with you occasionally just to see that come out in you. What about, what would this person say is your biggest weakness? I'm hearing them say, me. Yeah, 6 of Cups. Yep, pretty much. I am pile 6's weakness. They could be with somebody else, but instead they're with this joker and they're like pointing at themselves. It's kind of cute. I have to say, this person is like, they know that they have a good thing. They know that they're very lucky. For real though, pile 6, what would you say is their biggest weakness? 7 of Swords in reverse. You can't lie. This is funny to me. I don't know. Your person makes me laugh a little bit, pile 6, because why would it be a weakness to really love people and show them all of who you are? You know what it is? You're stronger than this person. This person does not wear their heart on their sleeve. They don't. It's not what you see is what you get with them. They keep themselves very protected. You wear your heart on your sleeve. You're very open and authentic with exactly who you are, because you know that if someone tries to manipulate you, you're going to see it really early and you're going to say, deuces, I'm out of here. I'm not dealing with this. This person you're asking about doesn't trust themselves to do that. And so they see it almost as a weakness in you, because like you're showing people exactly how to manipulate you. But what they're not understanding or seeing very clearly is that it's a very smart choice on your part, because if people do try to manipulate you, then they've revealed themselves, and then you just eliminate them from your life. I think this person really has trouble letting go of even negative things in their life, and I don't think that you do. Maybe you've even let this person go before. But anyway, that is their perspective, that they would say is your biggest weakness. Very interesting. Also here with the 6 of coins on the back, I think they see you as a very generous person. Again, to me, what I'm getting here is all about you exposing yourself to risk, or like you being able to be taken advantage of, something like this. Pile 6. Okay, so now we're going to ask from Spirit's point of view, what do they think of this relationship? Is this a positive relationship for you? What would they want you to know about that? Okay, we have a bunch of cards falling. We have Queen of Pentacles with the King of Wands, the 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, 10 of Wands. So it's a mixed bag. I mean, we have 2 of Cups here at the bottom. I'll leave that there. There's a lot of good and bad in this relationship. I mean, in some ways, this is like opposites attract. You're very different people. But I think it's positive for you overall, I think is what it's saying. That like, even though there's good times and bad times, you get through it. You both grow, and just generally it looks like you grow by learning to be a little bit more defended and pulled in a little bit more, and this person learns to give more. But whatever your specific situation, Spirit is saying that there is stability in this relationship. It's something worth holding on to. It's something worth dreaming about the future for, and it's worth fighting for. So that's really amazing, Pile 6. What a way to end this reading. This is so positive and beautiful, and I wish you all the best with this person. Please leave me a like to the video if you liked the video. Comment if there's anything you want to share, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks so much for coming by.